The king of controversy is back, and everyone's talking about it. From XQC publicly trashing Senna and Hassan for hating on Adin's return,
people are starting to sound like actual schizos. It's insane.
To FaZe Clan showing love, to even losing one of his friends.
When Adin got unbanned on Twitch, I sent him a text and said congratulations, and it showed up as a green bubble. I don't see the delivered messages for Adin Ross anymore. It was good being friends with him.
But there's one guy who remains silent, and Adin's fans may have just found out why. But first, let's check out how the streaming community reacted to Adin getting unbanned. Everyone's reacting, from DDG and XQC speaking on it to Kai Cenat's dirty secret. There's a lot to talk about. But before we take a look at what other streamers are saying about it, I've got to stress how big of an event this is. It's next level explosive, and his return is going to affect a lot of people. Adin was a chapter in Twitch's history that was brutally ripped out, but now he's back, and the internet has lost its mind.
Welcome back to my old room, man. You know, this room right here, it's a lot of cool moments we've had in here.
Some say it's the biggest comeback in Twitch's history. Others are calling it a disaster waiting to happen. But no matter where you stand, there's no denying one thing. This changes everything. From his biggest supporters to his harshest critics, every major streamer has something to say. The reactions have been pouring in, and only a couple hours after the news broke, Twitch went crazy.
Is Adin live for real? I'm gonna watch a little. I think I'm gonna talking to him in a little bit.
Because this isn't just about Adin. This is about what his return means for the future of streaming. Is Twitch softening its stance on controversial creators? Is this a second chance or just a calculated risk? Let's check out what the community is saying about him. First up, we got Senna. She's a big name in the streaming game with a few strong words for Adin.
People can change. You know what I mean? Let's say, hopefully, he doesn't keep baiting, a white supremacist, everything like that. I think people can change.
She's right though. He does need to be careful. With Adin's history of being involved with likes of Trump and Andrew Tate and other controversial people, he's got to watch out. As we know, Twitch is stricter than any other platform, and if Adin wants to avoid the same fate as last time, he should probably take Senna's advice. But that's not all she had to say. She makes a good point about the type of content Adin makes these days.
I don't think that half the stuff he does, would be allowed on Twitch anyway, so, it kind of is what it is.
It kind of sounds like she doesn't think he's going to last long, but other streamers are more hopeful, like Jinxie.
This is insane. Finally a Twitch W.
He's not the only one who's excited about Adin's return. FaZe Clan welcomed him back with open arms too. Adin and FaZe Banks go way back.
It was like Banks has always been the genuine guy where it's like, yo, I got you, you're my boy, you're my brother.
So it's no surprise that Banks is celebrating, but not everyone is happy about it. Some people even think Kai Cenat is secretly hating on Adin's return. But first, let's take a look at some of Adin's most vocal haters. Rewind to March 10th, and Hassan was in the headlines. Rumors of Adin being unbanned were starting to circulate, and Hassan didn't like it, so he decided to push back. Adin was reaching out to big streamers looking for support, and Hassan hated it, and so he had a few things to say about it. In a recent live stream, Hassan said, "The Adin Ross needs to be unbanned meta is so obviously forced." Hassan then went on a huge rant about all the reasons Adin should stay banned. I'm sure you can guess what he said. What's crazy is that Hassan didn't just go at Adin. He attacked Sneeko as well as FaZe Clan for supporting him. Anyway, that was a few weeks ago. Obviously, his attempt to keep Adin banned failed. Fast forward to March 30th, and Hassan again has a few more things to say.
The other thing I was going to talk about today was somewhat drama related. Unbanned. I know a lot of you guys have been demanding my take on this, and I don't really have a take on it, honestly.
Doesn't have a take on it. Are you serious? Then what's this?
I don't know what the which was thinking. I hope that he doesn't violate the terms of service in the most egregious ways.
Adin really is like a boogeyman on Twitch. Although Hassan and others are adamant that he deserves to be banned, many others think his ban was out of line. After all, the official reason for Adin's ban was that he accidentally left a kick chat box visible on his Twitch stream, which had a few offensive comments. There's an argument that the situation did not deserve a permanent ban, but anyway, that's ancient history now. He's unbanned, and that's all that matters. While Hassan seems to think unbanning Adin is the worst idea ever, other big streamers like XQC are furious with Hassan. XQC rushed to Adin's defense and slammed Hassan for things he said. But before we get into that, let's see what else Hassan has to say about Adin.
Enforcement decisions that platforms need to take. If you're constantly having Nazis on your platform, it's like not just clown behavior. That's something that like obviously no one wants to have on their platform with the exception of Kick. Okay. And considering that he was still doing that trolling up until recently, I don't think that he is like genuinely changed.
Hassan does make a good point. Adin has had some controversial figures on his streams over the years.
I got a t-shirt for you. Let me see, bro. I'll send it to you. What's that? It's pretty
crazy. I can send a picture too.
What the
And things like this definitely don't help. Still, Adin Ross has publicly denounced Kanye in the past and seems to be trying his best to keep away from really controversial people. Well, except for Andrew Tate, who Adin was streaming with only a few weeks ago.
Yo, there's so many. My boy Drake, man, he fucks you, Andrew.
Yeah? I've yet to meet Drake.
I'll make that happen. He's a really good dude.
Okay, so Adin is still keeping some interesting company, but either way, XQC seems set on defending him, and he makes some very good points.
People get banned for the most outrageous shit over and over and over again, never get permitted. Okay?
And he gets unbanned. And for 2 years, everybody's like, dude, what if this happens? What if that? This would, this could, this would, this will, this could, this can, this could, right?
XQC is basically saying that Twitch unbanned people who have done way worse things, so Adin should be no different. But he goes on to call Hassan and Senna schizos for their take on it.
Bro, it's starting to sound like fucking schizos. People are starting to sound like actual schizos. It's insane. Bro, I hate this like big wall of smoke or cloud of smoke. Everybody's trying to cook that. Dude, people are gonna fucking die. People are going to, dude, if the guy gets unbanned, like people will die.
What he's trying to say is that it ain't that serious, and people like Hassan and Senna need to chill out. Right now, it looks like there are two camps, the hate Adin camp and the Adin support club. As streamers rush to take sides, there's one guy who was quick to shower Adin with love.
W in the chat for Adin unbanned on Twitch. It was a long time coming, very, very deserved. He's a very, very new person, changed person. And I'm not gonna lie, bro, that chat, that was like no dick suck. That was like the Luca trade, bro.
Neon's probably the last guy Adin needs supporting him right now. He's been banned loads of times and isn't doing any favors for Adin's reputation, but at least he's giving his respect. So we've heard from a few people, but what about Kai? What does he think about all this? Well, he's been surprisingly silent about the whole thing. However, we dug up some dirt from the past that shows their friendship in a whole different light. Kai used to actually beg Adin to play together, and now he might be scared that Adin's back. But before we get into that, let's dive deeper into why Adin became Twitch's most hated streamer in the first place. Love or hate him, there's no denying one thing. Adin Ross has been one of the most controversial names in Twitch's history. As we briefly mentioned before, one of the most significant controversies surrounding Adin is his association with Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate is as hated as they come, and Adin being friends with him did no favors for his public opinion. Adin hosted Tate on his channel in late 2022, providing him with a platform that many deem irresponsible, especially given Adin's young and impressionable audience. Here's when they first met on stream.
How did you how did you know about me?
Bro, you just exist in the metaverse, don't you? Your name just floats around, doesn't it? It's just how it kind of works.
From there, they went on to do many streams together, but Adin's relationship with Andrew was a double-edged sword. On one side, it got millions of views, but on the other hand, their friendship seriously hurt Adin's reputation. Some even think it was contributed to Twitch's decision to ban him, since at the time, Tate was banned from almost all social media and streaming platforms for his extreme views. This collaboration also drew sharp criticism from fellow streamers and the broader Twitch community, who also accused Adin of endorsing harmful ideologies. Despite the backlash, Adin continued to support Tate. In some ways, Tate was even like his mentor and a big brother that's always laughing at him.
What do you mean? Oh, you Twitch, me, the baby.
Stop.
You're so lame, G.
Who, me?
Yeah, so lame.
Adin, you are a fat, stinky loser. Get down and do at least 20 push-ups right now.
Wow, yo, this.
But that played a role in him becoming hated. But then there was a whole Trump situation. Adin Ross doesn't just make headlines in the streaming world. He's even started to influence politics, and that's not a joke. During the 2024 US presidential election, Adin, alongside internet giants like Joe Rogan and the Nelk Boys, became unexpected allies in Donald Trump's campaign. What started as casual interviews and shoutouts quickly turned into full-blown endorsement. Many genuinely believe that played a big part in Trump being voted in. Even UFC President Dana White acknowledged just how these streamers were shaping public opinion.
I want to thank some people real quick. I want to thank the Nelk Boys, Adin Ross, Theo Vaughn, and last but not least, the mighty and powerful Joe Rogan.
But this wasn't just about endorsements and clout chasing. It was a sign of huge change coming. Thanks to him, Trump won that arena. So you can see why that may annoy a ton of people. As you can tell, his friendship with Tate and Trump has affected people's opinions of him. But that's more because of the things that Tate and Trump are accused of. However, Adin isn't entirely innocent either, at least not in the eyes of his haters. Adin Ross has never been a stranger to an uproar. But in 2023, things escalated fast. In May 2023, a clip surfaced from one of his e-dating streams allegedly catching him saying the N-word. The internet exploded, some calling it proof of his reckless behavior, while others rushed to his defense. Adin denied it, and it's hard to even find the clip now to verify it or not. But either way, the damage was already done. Then came his birthday party, a wild night, A-list guests, and another huge controversy. Again, it involved the N-word. This time, it was on stage, alongside Chief Keef. Here's Adin reacting to it.
Bro, this chat, look, I've never seen this chat move this quick.
But it gets worse. In true Adin fashion, he managed to dig the hole even deeper.
Bro, that shit was so hard, bro. Chat, I'm just to say, bro, it felt amazing.
Looks like it felt amazing to him. I'm sure you're starting to see why some people want him off of Twitch. But at the end of the day, Keith gave him the pad. 2023 was definitely Adin's most controversial year, so it shouldn't be a surprise to learn that this was the year he was also banned from Twitch. He was seriously running riot that year, even having beef with Speed. Adin Ross and IShowSpeed, two of the biggest names in streaming. At one point, they were unstoppable together, but to say their friendship was weird was an understatement.
Do it! Oh shit.
That was really hard.
Actually, hold on a second. What the fuck was that?
Bear in mind, Speed was 16 there, and Adin was 20. Anyway, in the end, the two of them fell out. It started with subtle hints, fewer collabs, awkward energy on streams, cryptic tweets. Fans began to notice it first, but no one knew why. Then came the rumors. Some claimed Speed was being forced to cut ties. Apparently, Speed's manager tried to force him to ditch Adin. But then there was this.
Bro, Adin leaked my fucking number, bro. I swear to God, on God, he's blocked on my life.
That was the final nail in the coffin of their friendship. The truth is, we've barely scratched the surface of all the reasons people hate. There's also the gambling and the time Adin admitted to manipulating his own mother for money. So you can see why he's earned the title of the most hated streamer. But to some, he's a hero, a king. Which is why, now that he's unbanned, people think Kai's terrified. Adin's fans are saying daddy's back. Just hours after the news broke, they started trolling Kai and making montages about how Adin's about to retake over the game. In many ways, Adin was the king, Kai took the throne, and now Adin's back to reclaim it. Although these two are friends, on the surface, many believe Kai is actually jealous of Adin. Some have even gone as far as to claim Kai tried to keep him banned. While that may or may not be true, one thing that almost certainly is are these leaked messages. So in 2022, Adin and Kai were both on the come up, but Adin was on top. Adin started his internet career way back in 2014 and Kai in 2018. So by 2022, they were both fairly well-known names. But a chat from one of Adin's old streams has revealed the truth. Kai was begging Adin for them to play together. These leaked chat logs show Kai spamming Adin with messages, begging Adin to notice him. It wasn't just once either. The leaks show two separate occasions, one in 2021 and another time in 2022. There might not be anything wrong with that, but we dug a little deeper. Kai and Adin both started blowing up in 2021, but in many ways, Adin paved the way. He was the first to start collaborating with rappers and was a pioneer of the same content that Kai is now famous for. When Adin was banned, he was way more popular than Kai, but since he's been gone, Kai's managed to catch up. Right now, Kai's got 16 million Twitch followers and Adin at his peak only had 7.5 million. However, imagine a different reality where Adin wasn't banned. How many followers would he have now? Many believe it'd be way more than Kai. So it begs the question, does Kai really want Adin back? You might think the answer is yes, since Kai has openly spoken about trying to get Adin unbanned in the past.
I'ma say it. Of course I've been trying to get this nigga unbanned for the past since the year started. I've been trying to get Adin unbanned, okay?
But why hasn't he congratulated him yet? It's been over 24 hours and he obviously knows Adin's back. And here's proof. On March 29th, the same day, Adin's ban was revoked. Kai was found lurking in his chat. Now obviously this could be fake, but one ex commented summarizes what people think about their friendship. Does Kai really want Adin to stay banned? Obviously, who knows for sure. But it looks like Kai came out with a backhand compliment about Adin while I was writing the script.
Adin is now unbanned, bro. As soon as he got unbanned, I hit him up. All that shit. Congratulations, that shit is so crazy. The only thing I will say, chat, I will say the only thing that is just left to do is make sure that nigga community is stable.
He also doesn't look too excited. Either way, the future of Twitch is going to be very interesting. Adin's back and he's massive. He's going to affect the views of almost every streamer in his niche. That includes Kai, Speed, Senna, XQC, Hassan, and many others. While we don't know exactly how it will play out, we do know that it's going to be entertaining. To some, he's the king. To others, he's Twitch's most hated man. But nobody can argue that he's one of the most successful streamers ever. And now the internet is watching what he does next.